So, hello, I'm Maxime Benallaoua, Deputy Attaché for Science and Technology at the Consulate of France in San Francisco. We've been publishing lately interviews of people making a difference in the fight of against COVID-19. And we're fully mobilized against the epidemics. But we keep in mind that other important issues, such as the deterioration of our environment. For Earth Day, we wanted to highlight the Sustainable Ocean Alliance, a nonprofit based in San Francisco that does an amazing job for ocean preservation. With me, I have its founder, Daniela Fernandez. Hello, Daniela.
Hello everyone. Happy to be here.
Daniela, can you introduce quickly and explain to us what is the Sustainable Ocean Alliance and what it does?
Absolutely. So Sustainable Ocean Alliance is a global nonprofit that supports young people in the activation of their ideas and also accelerates market-based solutions to help protect the health of our ocean.
Wow, it's a large program.
Actually, we have two main programs for the organization. One of them is our leadership program, through which we provide education, mentorship, funding, and support to young people all over the world. We currently have a presence in over 165 countries. Of course, we have a hub in France, and on the ground, our young people are creating different solutions, whether it is planting coral, raising awareness about plastic pollution, or doing research on the ground to better understand how they can create solutions to tackle these problems. So that's one of our really exciting programs. And then we also have our accelerator program that is more focused on supporting market-based for-profit technologies that will also have a positive impact on the health of the ocean.
That sounds great. How did you personally become invested in this topic? How did this whole idea start, and how did you create the SOA?
So I watched Al Gore's movie, An Inconvenient Truth, when I was 12 years old. So that ages me. And after watching that movie, I realized that climate change was the biggest threat to my generation. And it inspired me to dedicate the rest of my life to helping protect our environment. Obviously, as a young kid, you have no idea what that means. So it wasn't until I became a freshman at Georgetown University that I found my vision for why Sustainable Ocean Alliance needed to exist. And that vision came to me when I was a student attending a meeting at the UN, and this meeting was on the state of the ocean. So I was sitting at this meeting surrounded by incredible people, thought leaders and politicians and heads of state, but I realized that everyone in the room was debating about the severity of the problem, and no one was talking about tangible solutions. So to me, there was a huge disconnect between there not being a lot of young people in the room, young people not being encouraged and welcomed into these discussions, and also them not being supported and activated to build their own solutions. And so that was my vision for why Sustainable Ocean Alliance needed to exist, to give young people this elevated platform to speak up, to feel like they're empowered and to feel like they have a real support system behind them in taking an idea and bringing it to life.
You mentioned earlier that you had like an accelerator program for startups that are linked to the ocean. I think you have helped French startup as well. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So two of our companies from last program or last cohort were two French startups. One of them is Sea Proven, and they develop autonomous vessels that collect large amounts of ocean data, allowing scientists to better understand and monitor the state of the ocean, which, as you all know, it's so important, because if we don't know what's happening underneath the ocean, we can make we can make good decisions around it. And then the other company is called Cine, and they are a big data platform that has a maritime database and dedicated AI to create applications that can also positively impact the ocean. So it was so interesting to see them come together, and their approaches are similar in collecting data, but different in the way they're going to tackle it. So it's been wonderful to see them grow and develop over time.
How do you exactly help those startups through your programs?
Sure. So last year we took all of our startups on an expedition to Alaska, where they were joined by investors, they were joined by media, by corporate partners to talk about their challenges, but also to see for themselves what they're trying to protect. And I feel as if a lot of times being an entrepreneur is very challenging because you're head down working on your project, but you often don't get the opportunity to take a step back and truly appreciate the environment, right? So that was an amazing opportunity for them. And then they came back to Silicon Valley, to San Francisco, and we enrolled them in a variety of lectures, workshops, paired them with different mentors, and also gave them access to site visits so they can learn from the big tech companies in the Valley, and they can hopefully take some learnings from that and apply to their own companies.
And so my final question would be, how do you think the situation we're living right now, the epidemics, how do you think it will impact in the long terms the effort to preserve not only the ocean, but the environment in general?
Yeah, so this crisis we're living in is a very much real and tangible example of what will continue to happen if we disregard the health of our planet. So we need to take this time to reflect, learn from our past mistakes, and change the way that we have been doing business at the expense of our environment. So I see this as a chance for all of us, for entrepreneurs, for business leaders, for politicians, for individuals to rebuild, right? Let us think about how we can reimagine our world, that we don't have to harm our planet in order to thrive as humans, but rather we can live in harmony with it. So I'm optimistic in that this could be a great wake-up call for a lot of people. And at the same time, celebrating Earth Day is so critical, and celebrating our ocean, because we have to keep the ocean and the environment in mind, even during these times. We cannot forget that even though we're stuck in our homes and, activity for us has been halted, it hasn't been the same thing for our environment and our planet. So it's important for us to keep that in mind.
Well, thank you very much, Daniela, and I wish you the best for the future of your organization.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your efforts too. I know the government is doing a lot of work around the environment, so it's a leader in the space, so thank you.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
Bye.